Hello, my beautiful people. Okay, the lesson, I'm finally getting it. Whenever I'm too scattered and I try to record, I really just mess up. And something happens where I have to re record as a result of that because I'm not prepared. Okay, and I really want to help you guys through sharing my process. So, one of my processes in healing, I thought this would be a perfect example to insert a lesson, or I'm sorry, a writing exercise example of what you can do in your life right now. It doesn't cost any money and you don't have to go anywhere. Okay, so let's begin. So, currently, going on, but I would say it's actually probably, I want to say it's been going on the past 5 years specific to my first responder work. And I have to give you just a little bit of a background before we get into the writing exercise, okay? So, um, okay, let me explain first. I've talked about direct writing, how you can get all these answers and stuff, and maybe you're not believing me yet, you're not doing anything as well. Okay. So the baby step is even if you ask yourself one question, I guarantee you're going to get good stuff. When I say good, as in something that's going to make you feel accomplished. Okay. It might not happen right away. It might be within a few hours. It might be in a few days. But definitely when you just start writing, things will start coming out, okay? And this is another example of how we all have the answers inside of ourselves, okay? So that's what I want to start with. Number one, if you keep procrastinating or whatever it is, and maybe you're like, I'm going to try that, and you keep not doing it, okay? So this is a perfect example of, I'm constantly finding walking through life, finding ways to manage myself, right? That's what a lot of this is all about through my training, my life experience, and everything. So, my mission and calling with first responder work and wanting to do some free speaking events and different sort of getting in the community, I've been doing things aggressively for the past, I would say, it may be going on 5 years. I can't even believe it. And so while universe, the outside world, shows me that I have made everything else in my life happen thus far, and I know the power of the subconscious mind. I know all of that, right? So there is a difference between knowing and feeling. Kind of like I could give the example knowing that you are loved, but not feeling loved, okay? So my conscious mind knows I have a great product. I have great things to offer. I have lots of knowledge to help others. All of this sort of stuff, okay? And things have happened to me, and I will just give you in this time of this 5 year period. For example, I would go the cafe that I used to work at, and just think anyone. Sometimes they would come in like within 5 minutes, first responder or not, and definitely almost every time I thought of firefighters specifically, like when a firefighter is going to drive by, and then they would. Okay, so this is a constant thing. I've always just known, okay, just keep going, just doing, or just whatever. It'll happen when it wants to happen. Divine timing, keep talking to people, keep being proactive. I've been doing all of that, right? I'm aligned. But apparently, I am not aligned, okay? And so when I cry and I get upset about things or whatever it is, being impatient, I started to write down today, and this is how we get to the writing example. And I'm going to give this example, can do it with lots of other things, okay? So to not make it confusing, I was asking myself, why am I still not trusting? Like I'm obviously blocking myself. Even though I see all of these things happening around me, my heart, my subconscious, all of that does not believe. And I don't know why. And it makes me crazy. Okay. So that's the best way to describe, right? Not heart and brain, not not coherently working together, and my subconscious, not aligned. My conscious knowing thoughts know that everything will come true, but my subconscious is fighting me. Okay, so this is the part I would recommend: hypnosis, tapping, all of these different things, right? Making me crazy, thinking, and that makes me crazy too, that, right? I got to do all of that stuff when probably I'm supposed to be doing nothing, right? I'm supposed to be allowing and doing something, enjoying life. This is exciting to me, okay? So this is fun. So, the writing exercise, we're going to start with, why am I not trusting the process? Why am I not trusting all of the stuff that I talk about? It's like part of a huge part of my journey right now, right? This doubt. Somehow the doubt was created. It's possible that it came from the fact of the matter of not getting certain responses that I thought, or interest. I'm kind of selling something that's kind of obscure and outside of the box, a different kind of approach, maybe over some people's head. There's like so many different reasons, right? And so that doubt has doubted my abilities. I probably also secretly, my fear of being rejected, right, for my ideas, even though I think that they're valuable and kick ass. And when people find out about it, they're going to love it, right? I do not push my prices and different things that I'm doing under coaching, right? I'm going to be offering free speaking events, even free little mini video 15-minute, like, what the hell are you doing, Nora? And all of it comes down to my teachings that stem, it's all rooted and based in personal achievement, but that is also connected to the self worth, which I'm going to have to start at the roots. Okay. So, I know that could sound confusing. So my fear, I asked, why am I not trusting? Fear of being rejected, which I have rejected myself my entire life. Yes, there's feelings of being rejected, from the outside world, parents, society, things like that. But I myself, subconsciously, that's what I'm doing. Okay. Maybe secretly thinking again that I'm not worthy or deserving of being financially successful in these areas, right? There's numerous things I am very aware of, right? So the question is, that's my fear. Okay, people. So this is what you would do, is that in writing this all out, is, why are you doing this? Is there a fear that you have? What is the fear? And I know that this is going to come in divine timing. I think I'm more focused or worried about when, and I'm worried about how, which is attachment to income. So I'm going into these different states of mind that basically just keep me stuck and not in a receiving energy. Okay. And I'm going to stay stuck in this energy until I start allowing and just keep going. Okay, this is what I know to be true. So I still obviously have to learn something and go through this process. So in this process, writing, I wrote down all the things I just told you. What I came to the conclusion of writing, like, my affirmation statement. This is another part, we'll close with their writing exercise, is I have to forgive myself, right? I forgive myself for not trusting the process and not trusting the struggle, because I also feel deep down I have a lot of anger at myself for, through this process. I feel angry at myself for chasing something. Um, I'm angry at myself probably for a lot of things. Okay. And so every time you think you're over your anger. So I really have to pay attention and stay in the vibration of love, which I do through my music. My next new interest stages of learning Brazilian drumming. So specific to Brazilian music. I am doing these things currently at this point. Okay. So no matter how I try to speed things up, no matter all these different things I do, I I'm still at this place right now. It's really gradual, but I feel like I'm getting there. I am progressing. It's just taking time. Like anything, we have to grow our lessons and the healing process. And really, a lot of this stuff for me specifically is really just connecting with the right crowd. Um, I've read those things and heard those things, like how many times you have to, like, or how, how many times you have to be rejected. It's almost like, I don't know, maybe it's just the process of feeling like a failure. I don't know what it is. I don't feel like I'm a failure. I think all of this stuff is just, I think I'll tell you after I find out, okay? All that I know, it's a process, and there's things that I still have to learn in terms of my worth and speaking up and being direct and being really clear about what I want specifically in this area. I got to get even more specific, but really it's divine timing. So back to um, number one, why are you not trusting XYZ? Okay. Really dive deep. Okay. Next, do you have a fear? What is the fear? Like, what is holding you back? Right? What is holding me back from trusting? That is the question. Maybe also, I forgot to throw in there fear of the unknown. Unknown. So, this is where I would look at inside the body, and I totally recommend those of you somatic, psychosomatic healing, mind body healing, because probably holding something in my colon, which is the second brain, I am resisting something in my cells. So, working with energy meridians, working with my gut more, um, I know that sounds funny to you. I'm not the first person saying it, but the example is, have you ever heard people's stories like that they get the shits when they have anxiety? Or sometimes it can be like the opposite, like me, like constipated, which basically means you kind of can't go, which is why I have to eat like flax and stuff. I'm not afraid to tell you that, people. Like, I have to, not enough fiber in my diet, but also to like flax, like I need to move through there because I hold the stress there, right? Emotions. So look that up if you want to know. The colon's like the second brain. I didn't just make it up, okay, people? So acupressure, energy meridians, tapping, doing these physical things to stimulate the organs, stimulate, so meridians, organs, stimulating actually physically. Um, and I know tapping, if you look into it, can sound really off the wall and crazy, but it works, people. Okay. You will like cry. Like if you weren't, it might take probably a few sessions if you're not a person who has cries very much or is not very emotional, or that's just not a way you release. Um, but certain things will happen to you as a result. Okay. And then you'll know that you penetrated through. It's almost the same thing as I was going to talk about, read to you guys one day something called evolutions. So sometimes hearing things can penetrate you, hearing and saying things your soul, and again, emotional release through crying. Okay, so that's all I pretty much wanted to say in this video, is that after the affirmation, right? I told you the affirmation that I ended up learning for myself in the end, that I forgive myself, and just keep doing this till you get answers. Okay, and you might start crying, and just keep going. And you may not get, like I said, the answers right away. And you can always, okay, thank you for sharing whatever it is. Thank you for giving me these messages today. Whatever it is you would like to say to give gratitude after you have, been helped, just opening you up. It's like, thank you for opening me up, right? I'm creating affirmation statements for you personally. Okay. And then also, you can also say, bring me somebody to help me with this, right? XYZ, show me what to do. Show me how to overcome this. Show me how to trust, and you will get signs. Okay. So hopefully that was but basic exercise, one question, okay? Commit to one question and tell me what happens. Okay, I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.